Welcome to FXcast. This is our FXcast market analysis for Monday, June 6, 2011. In each of our videos, we try to find high probability trading setups. We're going to look at gold to see if there's any leading indication. We'll compare it to some leading currency pairs, the big six. We'll come with a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list. We'll look at the economic calendar and see how it affects our open or future trades. And as always, send your questions to analysis@fxcast.com. Let's pull up the charts. As always, we're going to start off with the gold chart, and the main thing we're going to see with gold and these major currency pairs is bullishness. So here we are. We can see this lovely uptrend that we are on the daily chart. We can see the uptrend line. We can see the support of the 50 and the 20, and now the 20 moving average acting as support. You can see some key levels that once we broke and found support, we have broken back. And now we're into this last auction area where we may test the last swing high. Well, that's great. When we look at our market profile on the hourly, we can see we sort of have a down up move. We brought a little volume. And then our point of control here is at 1540 before we, again, continue to move up here to the 50 price level, which we did get a couple days ago. So with that being said, what we're looking for is for a continued move higher. The only thing to watch is that we have 3 days of wicks now, so a little indecision, but certainly the mood, the sentiment is up. Now we'll bring up our first major pair here, and that is the pound dollar. And we can see the pound dollar after losing its breath there a little bit, being able to move up, find support at the 20 moving average, and continue. So we're definitely going to keep this as a sideways to up. Not up like gold, but I'm going to go sideways to up on this one. We can see on the market profile, point of control 1.6338. So support is underneath us, and it looks like it's trying to form a little bit here as we consolidate it at the end of the day. So overall, I'm liking the increase in volume on Friday's action, on an up move, bouncing off support. That's great. We're getting to a point now with the pound dollar that we may need to come over here and draw this to draw some sort of descending wedge, some type of wedge. Again, see where we're going to break out of. But I would go sideways to up for the pound dollar. No real trade yet. And for the Aussie dollar, we can see sort of a sideways move here. A little bit, let's take this on our daily and grab our horizontal line and identify where those wicks are at. So you can see this channel that we're in here, a couple wicks out of it. Also this uptrend line that we drew in that's holding up as resistance. So this is another one where I'm going to go sideways up. I like the volume here as we try to find support and bounce, but I would like to see it close above 1.072 so that we can move higher. We can see a ton of volume support down here at the 1.0667. That's our point of control. A ton of volume support even as we pull back. So we hopefully will get a bounce there, which is somewhere around the 20 moving average. So sideways up on here, and I'm waiting for a trade for a close above this level for confirmation. And the final one is the euro dollar, and you can just see that this really just shot out the gun here. And we're in a new auction channel, possibly testing the next swing high, the last swing high here. We see a nice W pattern that we're breaking out of, and we can see on the hourly point of control 1.4484. Light volume here though, so we easily can come back and test this point of control if we get any type of pullback. This one we're definitely going with up. So we got gold, 2 ups and 2 sideways up. So definitely some bullishness there. Okay, our euro trade, and I kind of waffle on all of them. The euro Aussie has an interesting short off the 200 moving average. The euro pound has some interesting things going on, which we're going to look at. And then even the euro yen has something interesting. We've been watching that wedge on the euro yen. But none of them really, blew me away. The euro pound here that we're looking at here on a daily, we got this descending wedge. the support level, it has been recognized, honored. So we pushed down on some volume to this price level. So certainly a breakout below here would be a good trade to retest 82.80 and then down to 82.25. So there's like 50 pips here and then another 50 down here. And we can see on our market profile that the point of control is down here at 85.51, so that's something to watch. And overall, I just think that this of the euro pairs, this is the one that caught my eye the most. We have the same $2 pairs that we're looking at. The dollar Canadian is our ascending wedge, and we got a pop out of here for about 40-50 pips, and it pulled right back down. So that kind of makes you think that that's a hammer, inverted hammer. So it started making me think that we're going to bust out to the downside. So trade is still the same thing. You can see our point of control at 9779, and we're right below that right now. And there appears to be some, if we can get below 9755, we could fall down a little bit. The good news is that our oscillator is saying we're going to go back up. Either way, we're just going to watch this one and continue to see if it's going to break out. And the other one we've been watching is the dollar yen. And let's pull our market profile on this one. And we can see the point of control is way up here, so we're below that. And we talked about this when we broke through. But not only have we broke through this wedge, we're also at a support. So this was our first target that we mentioned as we've been sharing this potential trade. And now it could definitely come down and test some of this what's going over here during the Japan earthquake. So there's still a potential trade setting up. And so we're still watching the pound yen, a break of Friday's low. Okay, for our low volatility watch list, we didn't have a textbook one. I am watching the pound yen just to see if this does set up, and we don't have an inside bar watch list for right now. Let's pull up the charts and I'll show you what I mean. We don't have a textbook, but we do have this pound yen setting up. So let's pull up the charts. So here is our low volatility. You see it's not perfect. None of them were, but you can see how this one is starting to set up. So what we want to do is start watching on the hourly here. We want to start watching 131.95 and 131.60. Those are the two price lows we want to start watch. And as that low volatility continues, we want to watch for a breakout above or below that. We can see going back to the daily, because we've talked about the pound yen before. We still have the same descending wedge that we've been looking at. We had a breakout, right in here, and now it's pulled right back. So it's still a descending wedge, but again, for a breakout on our low volatility setup, we want to watch 130.190ish, 95ish, and 131.60ish. For our economic calendar for the European Union, you see we have some inflation data with PPI. And then in the States, we have Bernanke speaking. And the main thing about Bernanke speaking is not necessarily the fact that he's speaking. It's just he's very good. He always stays on message. But with the sort of collapse, I don't want to say collapse, the big pullback in the U.S. market over the last week, maybe in his testimony as he's speaking, he could say something about language in his language that will indicate a QE3, something that will sustain the market. So he might say something in light of what happened to the market in the past week. As always, we want to thank you for watching our videos, and please continue to send your questions to analysis@fxcast.com. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.